Hey guys, recently the gameplay for DLC 1 for Borderlands 3, the Handsome Jackpot, was revealed, and during this gameplay they were shooting and killing some of the enemies, and one of the enemies dropped a legendary item. It was about 8 minutes into the gameplay and they were fighting a midget called a bookie. Now you guys may have already seen this before, but for those of you that haven't, the item that was dropped was actually a new class mod for FLAK. In the gameplay you only see it for like one frame. The person goes up and picks it up really fast, so you have to carefully get to this spot and then pause it, and you can see up at the top that it says that you are required to have the MOXXi's Heist of the Handsome Jackpot to be able to have this or even use it. So we definitely know it's a new class mod for FLAK, and yes, it's coming with DLC 1, and the name of this one is called Stackbot. I was reading the description about what this thing can do and I got really excited because it looks like this is gonna be one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, class mod so far, and it's gonna be really good for critical builds and boss builds. The description reads, whenever FLAK scores a critical hit, they gain increased weapon damage until they don't score a critical hit, and this effect does stack. I'm going to talk about the potential of this description and how we can use it in a build and how it's going to be probably really OP. But first, let's talk about the red text. If you can make God bleed, people will cease to believe in them, and this is a quote from Iron Man 2 in the 2010 movie. It was said by Mickey Rourke, who was playing as Ivan Vanko in the movie. The other perks are going to give you grenade radius, some reload speed to Jacob weapons, and max health. Of course, this is going to be different based on the one you're able to find. For skill tree bonuses, and this one specifically is going to give you one called Hunter's Eye. It says that FLAK gains bonuses when fighting different types of enemies. The other one is going to be called the Fast and the Furious. While above half health, FLAK's gun damage and movement speed are increased, and their pet gains increased damage. Both of these are a part of the critical build that I've showed you guys in the past, so this one works out really well. But going back to the description where it talks about weapon damage stacking when you get critical hits, that is going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see how well that does. I have a feeling it's going to be extremely powerful, and I'll show you guys why and show you the potential of this. In a previous video, I showed you guys a critical build for FLAK where you could go in on Mayhem 4 and wreck Captain Trant and also General Trant. You could kill both of them in about 10 seconds with this build, and I feel like this new class mod is going to make this even more amazing. And I'll show you guys all the equipment that I think this class mod is going to work well with. Right here you can see we're fighting Captain Trant, and all of these shots are critical hits and it's unlimited ammo, and with this new class mod, this would go really fast because every shot would stack more damage. And I'll talk about how much damage I think each bullet will stack. But first I'll show you all the equipment that I think will work well with this class mod. And the first thing is going to be the King's Call Jacob's pistol. This helps play into that critical build, and down at the bottom it says that critical hits return 3 bullets to your magazine, and every shot with this setup is a critical hit, so you're going to keep getting ammo back, so it makes it basically unlimited ammo. And on top of that, you're shooting 3 ammo at a time. And with the new class mod, if every bullet that is a critical hit stacks more damage, this could get really crazy and really strong. The King's Call has 3 elemental abilities, and if you're fighting a boss that it doesn't fit with, then you can always get the Queen's Call. It does the same thing but has different elemental abilities than the King's Call. Both of these can be obtained from Tyreen the Destroyer, and some people have said that they've been able to get the King's Call from Troy. Then a few things you want to focus on with the skill tree is obviously you want to use Fade Away as the action skill. While Fade Away is active, every shot is a critical hit regardless of where you're hitting the enemy, and it increases the critical hit damage by 200%. Then you combine that with a King's Call, yeah, that makes every shot a critical hit, and then the pistol's bonus allows you to get 3 bullets returned to your magazine with those critical hits, so that's where you have the unlimited ammo. There's one issue with the Fade Away. It only allows you to do 3 shots before you come out of Fade Away and you lose all of those bonuses, but there is another skill that you can choose that will override this. It's on the green skill tree, and this one is called Gorillas in the Mist, and this will allow you to fire as many shots as you want, and you won't come out of Fade Away after 3 shots, but the only problem is that you only have a 5-second duration, and there is a way to make this duration even longer. So you get a 5-second duration from the Gorillas in the Mist skill, and then you can get an additional 45% from the Persistence Hunter on the blue skill tree. So that's a total of 7.25 seconds, and you can get another 5 seconds added on top of that, which gives you a little over 12 seconds. The way to get that extra 5 seconds is to play offline. And you might think, well, 12 seconds is not a lot of time. But we were able to take out Captain Tron and General Tron on Mayhem Mode 4 within that 12 seconds, so you can see how powerful it is. And with the addition of the new class mod that stacks weapon damage with every critical hit, yeah, this could get very interesting. I wanted to try and predict how much weapon damage it's going to be increasing per critical hit. There's the same kind of weapon damage increase on one of the new snipers that you can get from Captain Tron. It's the legendary sniper called the Tankman's Shield. This one says that every kill adds weapon damage to next magazine, and I went in and tested it, and I made a full video about this, and I was able to determine that the increase each time was in 20% increments. So it's very possible with this new class mod that we might be getting a 20% damage increase, and it will be stacking with every bullet. I can imagine that it would be at least this, if not more, because they know that it's not easy to get critical hits, so they could probably put the number at a safe percentage where they didn't feel like it would be too overpowered. And they definitely want to make the number high enough so that it is attractive. But yeah, I think this build is going to be the best setup for this class mod, and if you guys plan on playing DLC 1, look out for this. I certainly cannot wait to get my hands on one of these, but let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you next video.